Super 80 is fully equipped with inflatable evacuation slides. They are located at the forward passenger door, forward service door, aft service door, and at the aft end of the walkway just inside the detachable tail cone. One of the duties of the flight attendants on arrival at the terminal is to remove the slide girt bar from its floor anchors and stow it in clips on the slide cover. This is done at each door where girt bars are used. Conversely, after the door is closed and locked, in preparation for flight, the girt bar is removed from its stowed position and engaged to the floor anchors. Let's first examine the emergency operation of the forward passenger door, followed by maintenance procedures for replacing a deployed evacuation slide. In an emergency, the flight attendant has only to open the door and the slide is pulled free with the cover falling away. To deploy the slide, pull the manual inflation handle attached to the slide girt. Inflation and deployment to a usable position must not take longer than 10 seconds. Once the emergency is over, the deployed slide must be removed and replaced. Removal is normally accomplished at the emergency site. To relieve tension on the girt bar for easier removal, partially deflate the slide. On Pico slides, such as this one, remove the deflation plug at the upper end to bleed off some of the pressure. On BF Goodrich units, open the deflation valve at the lower end of the slide. With tension removed from the girt bar, support the slide and disengage the bar from the floor anchors. The slide and girt bar can now be removed from the aircraft. Remove the bar from the girt and disengage the release lanyard for reinstallation on the new slide. Carefully check the empty slide cover which came off during deployment for obvious damage. Replace it if necessary. Installation of the replacement slide can be done inside the aircraft with the door closed or outside, as we will demonstrate here. Before installing the slide, verify it has been packed and folded in accordance with the appropriate vendor's maintenance manual by checking the inspection record card. Cautiously unfold the girth, being careful not to pull the inflation lanyard, and check that the bungee retractors are correctly positioned with the square knots within or adjacent to the upper loops on the girt. Use extreme caution throughout the entire installation procedure to prevent accidental inflation. Ensure that the gas reservoir pressure is within operational limits on the gauge. The release lanyard must now be installed at the bottom of the slide cover. Place one leg of the toggle assembly within the legs of the spring clip at right angle to the lanyard clevis. Push on the clevis until the toggle assembly rotates over center with the pin lugs in the holes of the clip legs. Verify that the cavity in the door liner is clean and clear of all foreign objects. Place and hold the slide in the liner cavity with the pressure gauge in the upper right corner. Next, position the cover with its attached toggle assembly so that the cover clip goes through the square cutout in the girt. With the unit rotated slightly, insert the lug on one side of the toggle pin into the hole at the side of the door liner clip. Rotate the assembly until the opposite lug snaps into place. Now, slowly rotate the cover up toward the door liner. Before securing the slide cover to the door liner, check that the pressure gauge is visible in the viewing window. and ensure the lower edge of the cover is resting on both door liner support clips. Verify that the girt is not pinched between cover and liner, and that the inflation lanyard is not obstructed by the support clips or toggle assembly. Finally, see that the toggle pin lugs are fully engaged in the liner clip. To engage the slide cover with the door liner, firmly press down and toward the door on the top of the cover until it snaps into place under the liner. Carefully pull down the slide girt until the horizontal black line is visible below the edge of the cover. On forward doors, the release lanyard is routed inboard of the girt as shown here. For aft door slides, it is routed outboard of the girt. At this time, the girt bar can be inserted through the girt sleeve with the release lanyard positioned within the square cutout. To complete the installation, fold both the release and inflation lanyards into the girt in an accordion fashion. Now stow the girt bar on the slide cover hooks. The installation of the evacuation slide at the forward passenger door was typical of other positions. Check the maintenance manual for specific details. Emergency exit and evacuation slide